This is how it looks when you're getting ready to do decking. Okay, so you have to do all the underground works, all the basics, cover all the basics before you go to the final part, which is pouring of the concrete. Okay, so you realize that the steel bender is done with the work, carpenter is done with the work. The final piece is the plumber and then the electrician, where they lay their pipes where necessary for the work to be done. And this is a very, very delicate stage. You have to get someone who really knows what they are doing. Otherwise, you will pay dearly. To be very honest with you. And also with the pipes, also remember to cover them up after they are plumbers. Some people make these mistakes, and then during the pouring stage, you realize the pipes are blocked. Always make sure that once the plumber is done, you get end caps, 2-inch end cap, 3-inch end caps, 4-inch end caps. Where necessary, you put them to cover up the pipe so that nothing gets into it, to prevent blockage of any pipes after concrete is poured. Yes, and so this is how the inside of the building looks like. You have to get something to support the top. Okay, so that when the concrete is poured, because when it's concrete is poured, it's very heavy on the bolts. If you don't get something that can really support it, it will all come down and then you run at a loss. Okay, and this is very interesting to see that after all these years, after all the human inventions and all that advancements in the construction field, we still rely on God's beautiful creations for these kinds of supports. Something as simple as bamboo sticks are used for this. You would think that they can't do the work, but trust me, this looks like a work for metals. You would think a steel bender would have to, design something to hold, but no. Even they aren't as strong as the bamboos. That is why we still use bamboos for that. Okay, and 2 years ago, the bamboo was going for like 6 cedis for one. So it's very cheap. It's not something that's very expensive. It's very cheap. No matter the quantity you are buying, it's still very cheap. And 2026, I think it's selling at 10 cedis or 11 cedis at some parts. Still very cheap. Okay, so this is how it looks before the concrete is poured. Also make sure that all the pipes inside of the building are covered with end caps after the plumber is done, also to prevent any blockages.